The Cold War isn't thawing. It is burning with a deadly heat. Communism isn't sleeping. It is, as always, plotting, scheming, working, fighting. This quote by President Nixon summarized a lot of the fear and paranoia that the Cold War brought to the world. It's the same world tackled in various forms of media throughout history. Movies, books, TV shows, and games are all filled with attempts at capturing the seedy underbelly of the Cold War. Phantom Doctrine is the latest attempt at capturing the chaos and danger lurking under the surface. Phantom Doctrine is developed by Creative Forge Games and published by Good Shepherd Entertainment, who previously brought the XCOM style of tactical turn-based gameplay, and they had merged it with the supernatural version of the Old West. Hard West was a good title, with a great premise that was held back a bit by some of its combat design and other flaws. Despite the problems Hard West had, it was a great foundation for the future, and it showed a lot of potential. A lot of potential that is realized in the Phantom Doctrine. Phantom Doctrine takes that formula in a different direction, trading in the cowboys and ghosts of Hard West with KGB agents, CIA wetwork assassins, big sideburns, and washed-out jeans of the 80s during the Cold War at its most tumultuous time period. Phantom Doctrine provides you with two different character storylines to choose from. One is a former KGB spy, the other a CIA operative. Regardless of who you choose, you will be in command of the Cabal. The Cabal is a secret organization that is tasked with preventing espionage and conspiracy that is working tirelessly to make the Cold War a reality. Immediately, the premise and story present a very different setting for this type of game. Games like XCOM or Invisible Ink are usually set in the world outside of our reality. Phantom Doctrine goes in the opposite direction. Its setting, look, music, and gameplay mechanics are all designed to keep as true to the era as possible. Everything you think you know as the standard from the genre, a persistent map, real-time progression and research, permadeath, and more are all things that you can expect in this game. However, the presentation is what separates Phantom Doctrine from so many others in the genre. After a brief tutorial, you are thrust into your Cabal headquarters. It's the place where you will do investigations, make upgrades, level and heal up your agents, and tackle missions across a real-time globe. Characters all have code names, spy aliases, and passports that allows them to travel across the map in real time. Agents can be sent to different locations to either scout for enemy spies, they can try to recover more suitable hideouts, or set up missions and forward operating bases. That is one half of the story. The other half of the story lies in the battle system itself. You and your team arrive on the scene and must use all of your abilities to get the job done. Missions can range from stealing information, assassinating rival spies, or sabotage. Stealth is vital in Phantom Doctrine. You can walk into levels as a regular civilian in disguise if you'd like. As long as you don't walk into different forms of security or trespass, you can use your agents to scout, get a lay of the land, and figure out your plan of attack. If you're good and you position yourself correctly, entire levels can be completed without taking a single shot. Enemy agents can be captured instead of killed, and remaining undetected is the best bet at securing secret intel and stealing equipment to use back in your home base. Stealth is also important for another major reason. Phantom Doctrine does away with the typical RNG hit chance you get in almost every other turn-based tactical game. You will never stand a foot away from a target and miss if you have a shotgun in your hands. You instead will always hit wherever you fire your weapon. The variables are determined by your character's awareness and other factors such as distance, weapon type, and armor. This really ratchets up the tension, because if you get caught and you are not prepared for combat, every scenario can go south very quickly. You cannot rely on the enemies having a poor hit chance to skate by certain enemy encounters in this game. It's further helped by the visual and sound design. A great score really sets the tone when you're in combat, or you're sleuthing around, or you're in your Cabal headquarters, and everything from the menus and the battles themselves are all a treat to listen to. It provides the exact mood you would expect from its top-level covert style of operations. The visuals are also down to earth, with weapons, outfits, and style that really bring the 80s to life. Big vans, Bigger hair, AK-47s, and aviators keep the setting consistent throughout. Not all is perfect, however. Investigations can become a tad bit repetitive after a while, and although the two storylines are different, they both follow a very similar trajectory and flow once you are knee-deep in a particular campaign. A third campaign does open up once you complete a story, which does have more pathways and expands on what both characters experience during their individual career paths. Combat can also break the illusion of reality as well. For a game that is very grounded in the real-life look of everything around it, that reality gets shattered when you are in open combat. Because of that same hit chance and RNG being gone, enemies can sometimes hit impossible shots. Regular security guards using a pistol can shoot an agent through 4 thick walls in solid cover and sometimes hit for big damage. It's a decent balance and meant to keep you from blasting your way through levels. However, when it happens, it can look pretty silly and can cause some frustrations. Outside of these minor issues, Phantom Doctrine is still an excellent game, and it's a big step forward in the turn-based tactical genre. Evolutions in how you do mission types, such as the investigations, where you're piecing together clues and looking at redacted files and folders, really goes a long way to sell the vibe, sell the atmosphere, sell the setting in a way that most of these games just can't do. More of the Americans than James Bond, Phantom Doctrine is a pretty great spy experience. Make sure you don't miss it. I am Namtox, aka Dave, writing for RectifyGaming.com. This is an 8 out of 10. Make sure you check it out, even at full price. Absolutely worth your time. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.